Good evening, good evening. My name's Rodney Glover. I'm the candidate for governor for Florida. I want to talk to you guys about what a day of campaigning kind of looks like for a grassroots campaign. Someone like me that's not really widely advertised, not really known, doing the thing the way the citizens want it done. Don't take all this corporate money. Don't ask us for money because we don't have it. Doing it the way you kind of asked. First and foremost, you don't knock on doors that have no soliciting signs. You just don't do it. But keep this in mind. One of the most nerve wracking things, I promise you, is going up to a person's door because we have seen that people will lose their mind when you knock on their door, and I may end up hurt. So, you really do think very heavily about where you are and if it's okay. And that's everywhere. There ain't no like, well, don't go into the bad neighborhood or don't. No, you need to be nervous. That's crazy, right? But that's what it takes to do this. So you get to a door, I knock on the door and I'm like, hey, I'm a candidate for governor for Florida. I just want to leave you some information. No, 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 I'm not interested. I already have my candidate. Would you like to talk about what your candidate is offering you? No, 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 no. And I know you would not be able to do anything for me anyway. Boom, door slams, right? That's what it's like. You may get somebody. Very seldom, I probably knocked on honestly, I probably knocked on over 1,000 doors, maybe 2,000. But you don't get much when you knock on people's door. More people, there are so many people that do not want to be bothered when they are home. So you go out, and you are trying to hand out your packets. And you're like, hey, if you just give me 3 minutes of your time, you even got the 30-second spiel. People don't even want to give you that. I promise you this. I'm not making this up. I've been to malls, I've been to events, I've been a lot of places. Out of 1,000 people that you talk to, you may get 10. That's what it's like to campaign in the United States of America. It's everybody's saying that there's a problem, but nobody having time to listen to the solution. That's what it's like to campaign in the United States of America. Then you come online and you have to put out, this information because, the money piece, the podcast I am very fortunate when someone does allow me to come on their podcast and not charge me. I'm very fortunate, because I want to get that. I want to be able to give you this information, and I don't want to pay an arm and a leg, but it does cost to, get on these major podcasts because they're essentially saying that you're getting this exposure through us. So you need to pay us in order to help us, so it's very interesting how this works. So, a day of campaigning is you really feel good, I guess, when you get those 10 people, you get those 10 to 20 people that at least listen to you. It does not guarantee that they are going to turn in the petition that you give them in their hand. Because when I go out, I always go out with petitions. I never not have it on hand. So I'm never asking if you meet me in person and you have an opportunity to where I'm approaching you to get a petition that I don't have it available. So all you have to do is sign that thing and just drop it off at the supervisor of elections office. That's it. They verify that you are who you are. You walk out of there and all of your information is updated in the system. That's what it's like to campaign day to day. It really is, and trust me, if you went to go through my videos, you'll see where I would get a lot of flack. It's hot in Florida. I get a lot of flack for the t-shirt. Like, oh, you're in the t-shirt because it's hot, because it's burning up, and yeah, I'm, and in my little campaign t-shirt, and, like, hey, so then you switch out to the collared shirt. Some people really want you to be suit and tied when you approach them. It's always interesting. But nonetheless, campaigning, going out here, meeting citizens, it's not as easy. It's not as inviting at all as people think it is. Citizens give out these really good ideas, but you don't interact with the people every day. So a lot of times when you see these candidates host these events, there's a small group of people that always go to these type of events. It's not a large gathering. I've been to these events. It's not a lot of people that are there. I don't know if it's the advertisement, whatever the case may be. There's just not a lot of people that show up. So it's really interesting to go out here to try to shake hands, to try to walk up to individuals that may have preconceived notions when a perfect stranger is coming up to you. Of course, I'm in a collared shirt. You really can't tell that I have that it says Rodney Glover for governor until I get a lot closer. So you may think I'm trying to sell you insurance or something like that. So there's this vibe to turn you off automatically. Do better, citizens. Do better. I know, I know it is difficult. I know, but give out that 30 seconds. Give that 30 seconds to at least hear us out. At least hear somebody out. Hey, I'm an Xfinity worker. Yeah, I absolutely understand where you work at now. I already have what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for anything different. Every time somebody knocks on my door and they want to sell me something, I give them that 30 seconds. 30 seconds and I will ask you a question. What's your price? If your price isn't beating my price, then I'll probably turn the conversation off. That's what I'm trying to do as a politician. What are you being offered? I can offer you way more for a better rate for your time, for your effort, and for the investment that you're given. So that's where we kind of are every day when I go out and I am campaigning in person. I do not come home disheartened. None of those things. Not at all. Not at all. Because I've been campaigning for 3 years, so I'm kind of used to it. I'm kind of used to, well, who are you? I'm a candidate. I have people tell me, "Hey, I looked you up. You really are on the spot." I will have people look me up just to make sure that I'm not. I don't even know if people are out here lying about running for office. Wild to me, but whatever. Um, that's what it's like campaigning. So I thought that you guys should know to tell everybody, hey, um, if you have someone come up to you that's running for office and they say, hey, I'm campaigning for something, give them the opportunity to at least hear them out for that first. Hey, if you tell me you got 30 seconds to sell it to me, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. But just want you guys to know what it's like in a day. And thank you for your time. And hopefully I will see you out there. Have a great day.